1, 2, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. In the place to be. In the place. Check.
Well, first of all, we have no opportunity for real public comment on this decision, and we hope that you and the media will lift this issue up, and we have to make an opportunity for the public to be heard, for the consumers to be heard. And this is part of that effort for us, the consumers, the people who live in this community. We need our concern to be heard. We need our public officials to step up to the plate and to do what we elected them to do, to provide real, effective health care for our community. They should let this happen, and they should step up to the plate with their great think tanks and find a solution to save St. Vincent's, or to at least come up with a way to provide urgent care for us.
Are you a community resident?
Yes, I am. Our community demands emergency care. I'm a Chelsea resident for more than 30 years. Thank you.
Basis about their land use requests, and never did they say that they were in this level of financial distress. It now appears that last June, GE Capital, their major creditor, told them they were on the verge of bankruptcy and they needed to hire a chief restructuring officer, and they ignored it. GE Capital told the same thing to the State Department of Health, and they ignored it. I can rest assured that if we had all known, no one would have ignored it, and we would be in a very different place than where we are today.
Some people
Now, we need to have a law passed by the state, and our state health committee chairs, Tom Duane and Dick Gottfried, are working on this to make sure that all the books of the hospitals are made public.
It's too late. There is a law.
It is never too late.
Where's Bloomberg?
It is never too late. No one sold anybody out. We had a situation here where, in my opinion, the St. Vincent's Board of Directors never was clear with anybody about the level of financial stress they were in. And the decision that was made by the St. Vincent's Board to close the inpatient care is a decision that we...
Federal investigation of the hospital now!
And I think that is a good idea.
Investigation now. I actually listen to the nurses. They won't listen to the doctors. You!
If you're yelling. And I think the
I'm yelling because I'm angry about what's going on with the local officials in this community.
And we're all angry. And I think that anger has been expressed at every opportunity, and we all have every reason to be angry and to remain angry. And I think the idea of having an investigation from all different levels of government, not just the federal, because most of the licenses St. Vincent has are state licenses, is an excellent idea. Because what we need to do is make sure nothing like this happens again, and keep working to make sure anything we have lost, we gain back as soon as we possibly can. So although, you know what? Call Gracie Mansion and ask the mayor where he is. I'm here, and all I can be responsible for is where I am.
You supported him.
The answer, look, people have every right to be mad at anybody who isn't here. But it isn't helpful to be mad at the people who are here, who are trying to be helpful and keep things moving forward. So we have a couple of jobs to do. One, to remain angry but to be focused. Two, to keep pushing to find out, as in much detail as we can, why did the creditors tell the state and the state never tell the public? There needs to be answers and an investigation, not just by the federal government, but also by the state government, about why that was, needs to be answered. Let me just close by saying two things. In the City Council, we have made it abundantly clear that we are prepared to allocate a significant amount of your taxpayer dollars in capital form to buy the equipment necessary to preserve care, and that offer will remain on the table as we move forward to try to regain what we've lost. So I want to thank you all, and in particular Miguel, for being here today to keep the fight for St. Vincent and healthcare on the West Side going. I understand the frustration, and I urge all of us to keep that frustration alive and focused on our efforts to bring back the greatest level of care we can for our neighborhood as soon as we possibly can. And today is not the end to our struggle. So thank you all for being here.
Thank you, Christine. So we're going to get started now. If we can march orderly down to the hospital. And want to again thank the speaker for joining us this afternoon. And we'll have other speakers in front of the hospital, including the borough president. Hopefully our state senator is going to be able to come over from Stuytown. Is an event there. And other patients, representatives from the hospital itself, and other community leaders who are deeply concerned about the future of emergency services and comprehensive health care in our neighborhood. So we're going to start the rally now. Going down the bike lane, hopefully the bicycle.
And there's a lot of questions, and I will give you the answers because I know them. And anybody wants to give me a lie detector test, pay for it and I'll take it.
There will be a meeting at the Hudson Guild on April 30th. I urge you all to come. This is just the beginning of this battle. We will not stop until we have answers to how and why St. Vincent's closed, so that we make sure it doesn't happen again. We will make sure that there's a hospital that serves the needs of this community. We cannot settle for an urgent care center. An urgent care center will not address the needs that we need on a daily basis, to say nothing of endemic or huge problems, huge public health and safety concerns. God forbid, if something like 9/11 or some other public health or safety issue happened in Lower Manhattan, we would be totally unequipped. And it does not make sense to shepherd people between different medical facilities simply to triage someone here and then transport them somewhere else. I'm happy to see Christine Quinn here today. I'd like to call on her to call for an immediate investigation by the Attorney General's office. The Department of Health already has laws on the books that require them to supervise the hospitals in this city and in this state. They have the power to call for an investigation today. And I'd like to call in partnership with our elected officials, Senator Tom Duane, our powerful speaker, Christine Quinn, who I have a lot of respect for. Please,
All right,
call
folks, we
for
got
an emergency investigation today.
We need people that works above the table, not under the table. Money under the table. That's the problem here.